Tony Shaffer. Colonel, it's always fantastic to see you, sir. You know, the Highland Park shooter chose to attack a 4th of July parade. He's the latest in a long line of angry young men coming out of GovEd. I see a correlation here between Democrats' increased control over GovEd and an uptick in violence and lack of respect for the rule of law in our society. What about you?
So if you simply look at the correlation of violence and those areas which are controlled by the progressives, by the progressive system of education, there's a direct link. Chris, you look at all the different cities which have significant violence, and let's be upfront here. It's not the guns. This is not gun violence. This is violence. And those cities which have the greatest amount of violence are controlled lock, stock, and barrel by the progressive left. The progressive left has instituted these series of educational missteps that include the idea that gender doesn't exist, that math is racist. Think about math is racist. I guess somehow the moon wasn't important, and all the things we do with technology and engineering, that's all math. So basically anything that's rational, well, I'm sorry, it's true. It's true. Anything that's rational, anything that requires diligence is racist. So I think the whole idea here is that they've taken personal responsibility and accountability out and said, you're the victim, you can do whatever you want. And that's why you see this incessant rollover of criminals. Remember, in all these big cities, you have criminals who get out constantly, who go back, get a gun, and go back and offend again. I wanted to ask Governor Holcomb, who, you know, she's trying to now institute all these new requirements for citizens to have guns. Someone I asked her, how many criminals do you think are going to follow these new gun laws? And the answer is 0. And this all goes back to the progressive slant on things.
Yeah, so that's the kick in the pants. You know, that they were just defeated by the Supreme Court, and what do? They double down on more severe. They know what they're doing is illegal. They just keep on repressing and repressing and repressing. And actually, you took me right where I wanted to go. You know, in the wake of yesterday's violence, the left out there calling already for more gun restrictions, more taking away of people's rights, Second Amendment rights. But as New York, Illinois, California, they all prove, the more gun restrictions you have on the law-abiding, the higher the rate of violent crime. Can we afford to continue to double down on the Democrats' stupid?
So the correlation continues. Yeah, the education, the policies, the abuse of law, using the color, what we call the color of law, using official law to break the law is what they're doing. And Governor Pfister of Illinois just said, oh, the founding fathers wouldn't have supported rival. No, I think they would have insisted everybody have the weapons, because the idea is the constitutional right of self-protection. To bear arms, Chris, does not mean to simply have a gun. It means whatever weapon you so choose. Back in the days of the founding fathers, the cutlass, a sword, was considered a very severe arm. So it's not about the guns. It's about the fact that we have the right. And all these places we're talking about now with all this violence, the citizens who should be legally armed are ignored and essentially disarmed, like you just mentioned. All these policies are meant to disarm law-abiding citizens, which only leaves the mentally handicapped, the mentally insane, and criminals to have weapons and use them with impunity.
And the government as well. And that brings me to the United States military. It's struggling to meet, we're told, its 2022 recruiting goals. I came across this meme today that I think makes a great point. This is General Milley. Democrats have turned our military, as you know, into a social experimentation petri dish. Now, instead of our forces being focused on winning wars and keeping our Constitution in place, General White Rage Milley has been turning us into this petri dish of social experimentation, for lack of a better term.
So, Chris, look,
are Milley's and Biden's policies placing the country at risk, in your view?
I'm offended that you used the wrong color lipstick on General Milley. I'm just saying, I don't think it's his color. It's not that red. Just saying. With that said, yes, he is definitely. It's not that red. I'm just telling you. I've been with the man. It's not that red. Anyway, I'm just saying the social petri dish. The social petri dish is absolutely correct. The military is supposed to do two things: secure terrain, break things on call. That's it. That's what it's supposed to do based on its role. It's not there for purposes of transgender experiments, of people wanting to come in as a boy and become a girl. These are all things which degrade the whole idea of having a high morale military. You've probably heard they're kicking out 13% more because they're refusing to get vaccinated in the Guard and Reserves. That's more hits directly against readiness. And plus, the Army briefly opened up the door for individuals with no degree, with no high school degree, and they shut that door real quick, 2 weeks. But yes, that's the point, Chris. People are so disgruntled, so disheartened that they get in. And by the way, the suicide rate is continuing, and it's not because we're in combat. It's because of the morale, the beating of morale down on these folks who come in, think they're going to serve the country, and next thing you know, they're being told to try on high heels and see what it feels like to walk around in high heels. And I'm not joking about that.
I got to scoot. Yeah, I got to scoot, but I did get an email from a woman who wants to know where the general gets his nails done, so I don't know. Colonel Tony Shaffer, sir, thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Chris.